Recently, we had the grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony for the Tyler Pounds Regional Airport runway number 422.
It's been a long-term dream, and it's a dream come true now.
For the City of Tyler, this new runway means economic development opportunities, possible flight school, freight service, and most importantly, expanded air service.
I've always said, let's don't put a ceiling on this thing. Let's reach for the stars with it.
We're standing at the site of one of the new fire stations that the city is building. This is number 1 station. I call it a mega station, and the reason for that is it's a combination of the station of number 1 that's been basically downtown, and number 4 station usually located on MLK. It's a combination of both of those stations, which when finished, this will be the largest fire station in the city. We'll have 1 ladder truck here, emergency vehicle, and the hazmat team.
We're real excited about having this fire station open because it's going to allow a response time of 3 minutes instead of 6 minutes. Currently, the fire station on Old Bullard Road responds to this area, and now it's going to be a 3 minutes response time. The other thing that it does for the citizens of Tyler is allowing them to continue to have lower homeowner rates because municipalities are rated based on fire department response times, and now we're going to have a much lower response time.
Both of those stations will be a new concept station. The bedrooms will be new. They'll be able to handle unisex, so male or female firefighters will be accommodated there. Workout rooms, all of the nice things that are needed for the fitness of firefighters to be ready to go at all times.
The number 1 issue that we consistently have heard from the public is traffic. We need to hire a professional firm to inform us as a community what is the best path forward.
Kimley Horn, which was established a little bit over 50 years ago, was founded on traffic operations. We know what's out there today, but let's look into the future. The city's obviously not waking up for the first time. They have spent a lot of time working with the community, and they know where new developments are taking place.
Success is green lights. When you come up to an intersection, it's timed appropriately, and you can move on and do your business in our community.
This year marks the biggest investment we've ever made in our infrastructure, with $50 million going to parks, water, wastewater, streets, and drainage. This truly is a time to build in Tyler.
Now we're building for tomorrow. We've done condition assessments, which is the smoke testing that shows us where there is some infiltration and inflow in the sewer mains, and we're going to go back and address those. Part of what we have to do is maintain that system on a consistent basis. You are going to see lots of construction throughout our city. Success means that those customers can use the services and products that this city provides for them on a daily, consistent basis.
A lot of this was all under construction with the work that we were doing on the clear wells that you can see behind me. We actually have replaced all of the agitators. We've got the circulating pumps in place now so that we can maintain the highest possible chlorine levels in the system.
The disinfectant residuals coming out from the plant going to the distribution system are more stable.
The improvements made to this plant allow us to provide the highest quality drinking water for the residents of Tyler far into the future.
The superior water quality we have coming out of this plant really speaks to the superior operators we have working at this plant and the guys and gals that work hard every day to ensure that the water being delivered to our customers' taps is clean, safe, and tastes good.
City of Tyler employees are some of the most hardworking, dedicated men and women you will ever meet. They truly have the call to serve spirit.
Well, here we are 2 years later. We started the vision and the dream 2 years ago, and to see it come together is really a dream come true. To see the kids out here makes it even better. This park is unique. It's one of a kind. We've got playground equipment here that you don't see anywhere else in Tyler. And we have a concrete slide that is one of a kind, 27,000 pounds. The only one that we know of in the state of Texas, and the closest one that we know of is in Indianapolis, Indiana. And the other thing that's really neat about this park is the art wall that's behind me, 20 different panels. And we have different artists that came and painted, people that were older, people that were younger. We had kids that participated in the program, and this is what you get. It's really a great project.
That big slide over there, that you can have very fun on it because it goes really fast.
We're here at Southside Park, and in the last 20 months, we've raised over $300,000 in private donations, and then it's been matched by the half-cent sales tax.
After years of planning and fundraising, Southside Park will be getting an all-inclusive playground.
It's going to be all accessible, top to bottom, end to end.
And what that means is that children with disabilities will be able to play alongside their siblings and their friends and feel included, which is what it's all about.
The equipment's been ordered, the contractor's been hired, the engineering's been done, and so we're getting started.
You know, we've always historically had a financial crime unit that focused on forged checks and stuff like that, but over the last couple years, under the direction of Sergeant Adam Colby, they've had a significant impact on gas skimmers in our area recently. As we started these investigations, the hard work of Sergeant Colby, investigators like David Cook, Jeff Roberts, as they developed new strategies and created new ways to detect these skimmers, they started reaching out to investigators in Las Vegas who started going to Washington, D.C., and they were steering back to us as we became the state standard, but also nationally recognized as leading these types of investigations.
Some of my basic personal accomplishment that I can say that I am very proud of, and that's sidewalks.
It feels good to find out that something that we did in 5th grade could affect so many kids that come here.
This is the area where we're going to start with sidewalks right here at T.J. Austin, the corner of Moore and Franklin. And if you can see, there's no sidewalks where I'm standing. We're going to have sidewalks from this area all the way down to Queen Street, which is going to be really something that I feel like the kids are going to be proud of, and the city should be proud of that, because we'll eliminate a safety hazard.
So downtown Tyler is actually where it all began. It's the heart of our city, the pulse of our city. Downtown emits that wonderful energy that brings everyone together, where it's everyone's downtown, and it has that wonderful feeling of uniqueness of Tyler.
Now you can go downtown and eat, you can go down and watch a movie, and then all different types of entertainment.
Downtown is that certain area that bridges that gaps between generations from 8 to 80. They can walk down the streets of downtown just very similar as their great-grandparents, as their grandparents, and share those wonderful experiences and memories together.
Oh, you filming all this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought we was rehearsing.
Oh.
And now I have the honor to introduce a friend of mine. Because Tyler, Texas, to me, would not be the community that I love and so endeared to without people like him, and many people like you. I've said before that I choose Tyler, but I don't choose it because of the fantastic medical facilities, and we do have some. I don't choose it because of the fantastic educational institutions, and we have those too. I don't choose it because of the quality of life, the fancy parks. I don't choose it because of all of the things that this town can offer, but I choose it because of you. It's you that make this community so special. It's you that has a heart for this community that we call Tyler, Texas, this city of roses. And I know nobody else who loves this community even more than our Mayor, Martin Hines. Now, for the official bio, and this is where it's going to be quick because it's boring. Martin earned his bachelor from the University of Texas in 1985 and an MAI appraisal designation in 2000. He was elected as the councilman of District 4 for 2 terms before elected mayor. And he's serving his 3rd and final term as mayor of Tyler, Texas. He's served on a whole bunch of committees and boards. Some of them include Heart of Tyler Main Street, TJC Foundation, Literacy Council, Historic Tyler, and the Tyler Board of Realtors. Martin is a graduate, Smitty, of Leadership Tyler, Class 15. I can go on and on about the service that he's performed for this community, but I'm going to stop there and just simply introduce my friend, Mayor Martin Hines.
Good afternoon and welcome to the State of the City. As you saw in the video, it is an exciting time to live in Tyler, Texas. First, I'd like to have all the council members stand, and we want to introduce Chris Suddeth, who is our new city council person for the city of Tyler. Thank you for your service. I would also like to take a moment to thank city staff, both those here, y'all stand up, and those who are working to keep our city running smoothly. Thank you for your dedications to the residents of Tyler. And I'd also like to thank my wife, Michelle. It's been 9 years that I've volunteered at the city, and I couldn't do it without the support from home. Thank you. I'm honored once again to stand before you to discuss the past, present, and the future of this exceptional city. I'm also reminded this will be my 6th and last year in office as mayor. Michelle, you can clap. Every day, regardless of where you live in Tyler, you can see the progress we have made together. We are continuing to work towards a better city, one that promotes transparency, encourages innovation, invites the community to be part of the progress. At this time, I'd like to recognize the efforts of those public-private partners driving achievement in education and entrepreneurialism. This year, we matched 50 students with 50 mentors as part of the Mayor's Achievement Program. 30 of our mentors are returning from previous years. Preparing our community's children for the 21st century economy is vital to our community's success. Our goal by 2025 is for 70% of Smith County High School graduates to enroll in college or trade school within 6 months of their graduation. I'd like to introduce Latoya Young, and also all the other mentors stand up to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you. And I'd also like to recognize the Tyler Innovation Pipeline, our community's first makerspace. What began as a collaboration between the city, UT Tyler, and many other public and private partners is in its 2nd operating year, spurring innovation and removing barriers for entrepreneurs in this community. Would Phil Burks, chairman of the board, as well as all board members and representatives from UT Tyler, please stand and be recognized. You have heard me say many times before that our jobs, quality of life, economic competitiveness, and public safety are all dependent upon our infrastructure. Roads, water and sewer systems, and drainage impact every aspect of our daily lives. Infrastructure has not only defined the last 5 years, it will shape the next century. During my time as mayor, we have invested heavily in our infrastructure. By doing so, we have invested in our future. In the last 5 years, we have invested $90 million in water, wastewater, streets, drainage, parks, and public safety projects. Almost $73 million of that paid for in cash. Thank you. As you know, the city has a 24.4-cent property tax rate, the lowest rate for a city our size in the state of Texas, and half the other major regional cities in our state. We allocate 69% of our general fund for public safety, more than any other regional city. In fact, our property tax collection does not even cover the cost for police service within our city. We are able to keep our tax rate low and build for tomorrow mainly because we decided years ago to eliminate our bond debt and pay cash for capital improvements, using a dedicated half-cent from sales tax generated from within our community. The half-cent sales tax has been vital to building new roads and facilities, improving parks, investing in drainage, and rebuilding city streets. Most recently, we completed the long-awaited Runway 422 project. 90% of this $45 million project was funded through FTA grants. The remaining 10% was paid for in cash using the half-cent sales tax fund. I've said that extending and expanding the runway gives East Texas the opportunity to host larger and longer commercial flights, and that is proven to be true. Within 3 months of the runway opening, Frontier Airlines announced they would be offering direct flights from Tyler to Denver. Our parks and trails have seen dramatic transformation over the last few years, as you've seen on the video. Highlights include the complete renovations of Bergfeld and Hillside Parks in District 4, new facilities and equipment at Gasway, Fun Forest, and Wildred Parks in District 2 and 3. Renovations are currently underway at Southside Park in District 6, and work is nearing completion on 4.2 miles of Legacy Trails project in District 1. This 10-foot wide concrete trail extends from Grande Boulevard to Faulkner Park and all the way to Gresham, with future plans to go north to the Rose Garden complex, accommodating recreational walkers, riders, and commuters. We also reorganized 3 of the city fire stations to provide better coverage and broke ground on 2 new stations. This project had been in the planning stages for many, many years. From their strategic new locations, these new stations will improve emergency response times and provide better fire and rescue services within their districts. Thus, we can maintain our favorable ISO rating, which directly corresponds to our excellent home insurance rates. The total cost of these 3 projects are $7.8 million, which are being paid for in cash from the half-cent sales tax fund. We build in service of tomorrow. If it is to last, all that we do must rest upon a strong foundation. As heavy rainfall during the last 2 weeks have proven, continued investments in drainage is vital to the overall integrity of our systems. During the last 2 years, we have advanced $8 million worth of long-needed drainage projects through the half-cent sales tax fund. These are the first drainage projects to move forward in 20 years, including the major drainage improvements to the Old Bullard Road corridor. As our city continues to develop and redevelop, we must understand the impact of our drainage system. Thus, we have begun citywide studies to determine future modifications needed. In 2013, the city hired a firm to conduct a very detailed assessment of every city-owned street. At the time, our average street condition was 81 out of 100, which is really pretty good. But each year, we are losing a little bit of ground. In 2016, a follow-up assessment revealed our score to be 79, a 2-point drop. So in 2016, we raised property tax specifically for street maintenance. Through this 1 cent increase, we have invested over $750,000 annually. This is a tremendous progress, but it is not enough. According to the 2016 assessment, the optimal investment is a minimum of $1.4 million annually in seal coat and crack sealing. If we are to keep pace with the wear and tear on our residential roadways, we need to dedicate another 1 penny of our property tax for street maintenance. As I said we would last year, we have taken the first steps towards the modernization of Tyler's outdated traffic signal system. The first stage is a traffic study that will develop a master plan to overhaul the system. By the way, this project is the highest ranking in the history of the half-cent sales tax fund and consistently ranks the #1 issue identified by our citizens. The City Council has awarded the contract to the engineering firm Kimley Horn, which will identify not only the intersections and roads in most need of improvement, but also how to fully integrate the entire traffic light system. Work on this study is underway, with engineers taking traffic counts while Tyler schools are still in session. We will complete the first phase during my time in office and hopefully take initial votes to implement before I leave office. Unlike streets and drainage, it is important to remember the city water and wastewater are enterprise funds. They run like a business and are not taxpayer supported. Instead, all those using the system are charged user fees that appear to you in water bills. Most recently, we completed the addition of the filter backwash pump station and clear water baffling at the Golden Road Water Treatment Plant, a $5.5 million investment which will ensure that we stay on the forefront of clean water initiatives. Over the next 2 years, we will spend another $2.5 million in cash to improve the filtration system. Overall, we have invested more than $6 million in the Golden Road water treatment since 2012. Just as we have invested in upgrades at our treatment plants, we also spend more than $1 million in cash this year to replace aging water lines in parts of the city. These are the pipes that carry our product to people's homes. What's more, we've also hired a contractor to enhance our computer mapping of the water distribution system. Mapping the entire water system will give us a detailed view of what's happening underground. This will help us address and improve quality issues at the tap. We continue to work diligently on your sewer system. In 2016, the City of Tyler put forth a plan to make sewer system upgrades and enhance the city's existing programs for inspections, maintenance, and cleaning. Today, we have completed 3 of 8 evaluations and continue to work on action items, including the replacement of sewer lines. We also recognize the EPA continues to enforce new regulations on wastewater systems. Many rural communities and CCNs are having a tough time keeping pace. Regional cities like Tyler will play a crucial role in providing services and expertise to our neighbors as we both continue to grow, or we all continue to grow. To that end, the City of Tyler purchased 219 acres southwest of Bullard 9 years ago. We anticipate one day needing a regional wastewater plant to serve the greater Tyler area. This year, we are beginning to survey for necessary sewer easements. Within the next 10 to 20 years, we will see the groundbreaking on this new facility. To further strengthen our ability to serve our neighbors, we have pledged support for proposed state legislation that will create a new municipal utility district, allowing the City of Tyler to partner with Smith County and the state of Texas to provide better service within and outside of the Tyler city limits. Should this legislation pass, it will be a starting point from which our residents within the district will one day see better wastewater service at a lower cost. This is a good time to point out that an active and vibrant city cannot be free of disturbance. When we build for tomorrow, we aren't just talking about 2020, but about future decades. During construction, these desirable projects often cause road closures, traffic delays, and other disruptions to daily life. As we continue to work on our infrastructure, our water, wastewater, streets, and drainage, we must recognize these disruptions as evidence of our tremendous pace and progress for the good of the entire community. It is through these interventions that we will realize our goals: smooth roads, safe and accessible parks, a modernized traffic system, and a robust 21st century economy for all our children and those that come after. The Tyler model is unique and a point of envy throughout the state. We have no general obligation debt, operating a pay-as-you-go approach that emphasizes strong financial transparency and management. We keep a low property tax, and yet we are home to beautiful public spaces, dynamic programs, and award-winning projects. We employ the most passionate, creative, and committed municipal staff in the state of Texas. We don't politic or push state law here at City Hall. Our focus is providing direct, basic services to our residents. We operate as a business, and we are proud of who we are. We are able to take this business-like approach to government and operate primarily on revenue from sales tax, because we are the top sales tax generating regional city east of I-35 now. Because of this, we pay particular attention to how we use sales tax to develop our community and our economy. We do not use sales tax to offer direct cash payments to entice new retail business. We don't build their buildings or develop their lots. Instead, we create a vibrant, affordable city where retail establishments want to do business in our market of approximately 650,000 customers. This is a strategy that works. In the time that I've been mayor, we have attracted the regional headquarters of Fresenius. As we look to the future of economic development in Tyler, we must look to attract professional services, regional corporate headquarters, agribusiness like Sanderson Farms, traditional manufacturing such as Trane. These are jobs that are paid with dollars generated outside of our community. We are proud of our continued emphasis on quality economic development in Tyler. I do issue this caution that we must be careful about our approach, as we need to ensure we are attracting outside employment with growth potential. We have been very successful with the use of property tax abatements to attract regional corporate headquarters and new primary employers to our community. But with the expected action by the state legislature in lowering our property tax cap, the ability to offer abatements may be reduced in the future. This could cause the City Council to use more restrictive criteria in evaluating potential abatement candidates. During my time as mayor, we have leveraged relationships with TxDOT to increase road capacity on state highways running through our city. Overall, TxDOT and the MPO are planning to invest an estimated $100 million to add lanes and improve public safety features along Old Jacksonville Highway, Paluxy Drive, and Roans Quarter Road. These projects do not disturb Broadway Avenue, our historic small business, retail, commercial corridor. Instead, they increase north-south capacity and mobility on either side of Broadway. At this time, I'd like to thank Commissioner Jeff Austin, if he's in the room, for his assistance in pushing these projects forward at the state level as a member of TxDOT. These three projects are a tremendous achievement. As you know, TxDOT owns and operates every federal, state, and FM road within the city of Tyler. With our daytime population of 250,000 and growing, we must have their continued involvement and significant investment in our community. This and so many other projects we've talked about today illustrate a key point. Public-private partnerships, as well as partnerships between local and state government, will be how sustainable communities govern within the 21st century. We must embrace the future of public service, a model that relies heavily on partnerships between local governments, nonprofits, and the private sector to address community needs together, achieving better results for all. Tyler has historically done this, partnering with the public and private sector, as well as entrusting faith-based and nonprofit institutions to drive social goods and services. This is why the nonprofit community in Tyler is so successful today. In order for this model to continue its success and for our tax rate to remain low, we must support these outstanding organizations in their endeavors. We can all agree that social services are best performed when our residents care for one another without government interference. Above all, the role of mayors and councils is to bring people together to create consensus and opportunity for all. This means that each of you must recognize your own agency and how important it is to our future. As we move forward in 2019, we will continue to seek input from you and your neighbors as we update the Tyler First Master Plan. This 20-year plan created a strategic framework for future actions for the city. But that vision must be put forth by you. These decisions must be resident-driven if they are to enrich the future of our community. Throughout my term, I and this City Council have promised you that we will continue to modernize and build anew our community's infrastructure, that we will not push off onto future generations what we should do today. That promise has been kept by us, but it will be up to future mayors and future councils to carry this promise forward. Every day, every month, and every year, we are working towards a better city, one where our residents are safe and our community can thrive. If we stay true to ourselves and our conservative business-like approach to city government, I have no doubt that Tyler's tomorrow will be as exceptional as it is today. As always, I am proud to live here. I'm proud to be your neighbor. And for one more year, I am truly honored to be your mayor. Thank you very much.